Hey, today we're at the IWK and we're here for this launch from this company called Elekta. They're a Swedish company who is investing in Halifax. They have this technology they invented called magnetocephalography. And what it does is takes magnetic imaging of your brain, and this is used in all sorts of cancer and oncology research. 100,000 people daily use this technology in treatment, prevention, and all that wonderful stuff. Now, they're here because they're investing in Halifax, because Halifax truly is a smart city. Magnetocephalography. It sounds a really big word, and it sounds really important. I got the big word out.
There you go.
That's exactly. But you know what? The big word, it seems like a mystery to me. It's a mystery to a lot of people, just like the brain, and that's what it's got to do with. But I have the man here. I have Steve Otto. He's the chair of the Elekta Neuromag. That is so important to our business community and also our medical community here. It sounds like a simple recipe, and obviously from what you described, what Halifax offers on the world stage, it seemed like it's probably a fairly easy decision to open up shop here.
You know, we've got all the ingredients here in Halifax to make this kind of research cooperation and collaboration work. You've got the IWK, which is the clinical piece. You've got Dalhousie, which is the research piece. You've got the NRC, which is another research piece. And Elekta coming in to try to make this collaboration, cooperation work, bring ideas that the clinicians who have problems and the researchers who have potential answers, which get turned into products, which go to doctors, in the end, to help patients.
Because this obviously sounds like something that is massive in the world, and it's opening up and starting here in Halifax. And we're going to do a demonstration.
Okay.
We're going to solve the mysteries of the brain, and we're going to answer the question, is there actually anything going on inside of my brain?
I don't want to answer that question yet.
Yeah. Wait for the evidence to come in.
This whole system is completely passive. Unlike other systems such as a CT or X-ray or a MRI, there's nothing here. All we're doing is measuring the signals of the brain. Right underneath this helmet in here, there are 306 very, very sensitive sensors. And what these do are picking up the magnetic signals of your brain. What happens every time you move your hands, talk, see, these kinds of things, that there's inside the brain, many, many signals are being sent, and we can actually measure those signals. Up in here, there's a large amount of liquid helium to keep those sensors extremely cold. I mean, extremely cold. We're measuring your signals right now.
That's interesting. I cannot tell that. There's not one sound. There's no lights of any sort.
1,000 little signals a second, where we'll look at those and come up with an answer to what's happening inside of your brain.
Okay, so we just did the scan. Now we come out, and this is what happens. It pops up on the monitor out here.
What we're doing is you're just looking at sort of which side your speech is located, so we can lateralize which side of the brain where your speech is. Got to be very careful if you're doing surgeries not to screw up with the speech area.
That sounds uber important here.
So for surgeons, you want to be careful not to damage the speech center. This causes major deficits that you don't want to have happen.
Now, how would they do that before this? Before this, there'd be a medical procedure?
What they used to do before was a very, very invasive, painful procedure called the WADA test, and it's still being done quite a bit, which is going into puncturing the spine back here, injecting fluids, and watching where they go in the brain. It's not a pretty thing. This is totally non-invasive, and that's what you really want.
Oh yeah, given the options, definitely, yeah.
We think it's one of the most patient-friendly ways of measuring human brain activity that there is. This is really being developed here, which means at some point we're going to be able to commercialize that, which means more jobs, more ideas, more funding, more researchers that can work on more indications just like this.
Yeah, and this is all being done right here in Halifax right now.
You got it.
Excellent, Steve. Thanks so much, man.
No,
it's been great
thank you.
talking to you.
Appreciate it.
This is what your brain looks like on Smart City.